Hi there, this is Doris Spenter of Library Arts, and I'm so glad you're joining me today for this winter-inspired mosaic snowman on canvas. What I really love about this project is the textures you get from the gravel and the mosaics, and we're going to create a fun snowman with a little backdrop. We even have a textured sun up here in the sky. So if you love the book Snowmen at Night, you're going to love this project. So let's get started by going over the materials, and I'll walk you through all the steps. See you soon. Let's get started talking about the materials for your project today. So you're going to have an 8x10 canvas. You can put it in landscape orientation or portrait. I'm probably going to keep mine in portrait today. You're going to need a pencil, which you probably have at home. You're going to have some Mardi Gras beads. They come in different colors. You may have blue, green, red, gold, silver. And a pair of scissors for cutting the Mardi Gras beads. You're going to need this white gravel, which we're going to use for snow crystals. You're going to have a bag of mosaic pieces that you can use. Some glue with a craft stick for applying your glue. Some gems that may have been mixed in with your mosaics. I just separated them here. A little container of glitter, it's silver and white, and some blue paint for your background. So those are the materials. So again, oh, and don't forget a paintbrush, of course. You need a paintbrush, and you'll need a water cup that you can clean your brushes in. I like to keep a paper towel under my water cup. I also like to keep a paper towel under my work surface, because when I use the gravel and the glitter, it allows me to capture that extra and save the leftovers as supplies. So now that we've gone over all your materials, we'll get started in the next step, sketching out your snowman mosaic design. See you in a minute. Okay, let's get started with the design for your canvas. So this is where you're going to use a pencil just to lightly sketch in your plan. So what I'm going to do at the bottom of my canvas is just put a little line that is like my snow ground. This is what my snowman is going to sit on. It could be a straight line, it could be shorter than mine, it could be higher, you could make a hill. You decide what you want to do. Now on top of that, I'm just going to make the shape of a snowman like that, keeping it very simple. Now next to my snowman, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to put a couple large triangle trees. I want one large, one a little bit smaller, and this one will have a taller base. And, you know, I think I might have a hat on my snowman, so I think I'll do that. And maybe I'll put some arms. Now, I'm not going to add any facial details, anything like that. Oh, I might want to put a little moon or a sun up in the sky, so I'm just going to do that. So a very minimal drawing here. And then we're going to start with what areas of your picture will be the snow. So in the next video, we're going to use your glue, your craft stick, your gravel, and a little bit of your glitter. So have those things ready for the next video, and go ahead and start sketching your design. See you back soon. Welcome back. We're going to, as I said, we're going to create that ground of snow and gravel for the snowman in this next step. So what I want you to do is take the cap off your glue, and if your cap is taped on, that was just to secure it in travel so that it wouldn't fall out. And I want you to use your craft stick. And I find that because it's kind of thick, I like to wipe it on the edge of the cup and I get less dripping. You can even pour a little bit onto your canvas, and I'm going to spread it using the side, not the edge or the tip, the side of my craft stick to make it nice and smooth. I like to think of it like putting frosting on a layer cake. Nice and smooth, thick. I'm going to put a little more glue here so that I really get glue covering the bottom snow ground in my picture. And I really want the glue to be on the thick side to hold the gravel well, but also that thicker glue will hold the glitter that we add to give the snow a little sparkle. Now, I definitely want to have some glue left over for other parts of the project today, so make sure you don't use all your glue up. I have plenty left, so I'm not worried about that. And I'm going to now open up my bag of gravel, that white gravel you got, and I'm just going to sprinkle it over the glue. It's not all going to stick, so just sprinkle it generously, but don't worry, you will have leftover. And then what I like to do is just sort of press it into the glue so it gets a good grab. I look for a couple areas I may have missed. Press that in. Again, not everything's gonna stick, so just give it a good press. And any areas that are a little bit open like this, that's gonna be okay because that's where your glitter is going to stick. So just give it a good press. Now, pick it up, shake any loose pieces off, and then you can always fill a couple in if you want to. Now, I don't even have a lot of gravel left over, but I'm gonna need that for sure for my snowman. So I'm going to gather it up, take everything off my paper towel so that I can easily use my paper towel like a little funnel and just pour it right back into my bag. There, I only missed one piece. So see, I still have enough gravel to use for my snowman. I'm gonna pull this over here, and that's what I'm gonna do next. Before I put the glitter on, I'm gonna do my snowman. So I'm gonna do the same technique I just used, although I'm not gonna put any glue on the hat yet. Just wanna do my snowman body. I'm gonna be a little bit careful on this one because, you know, this is a more odd shape. It's not just a shape on the ground. I have to fill in the body, the head, and the hands. Now we are gonna use glue on the tree. You may wanna use glue for your Mardi Gras beads in a little while too, so just keep that in mind. Now I'm gonna take, again, that extra gravel that I still have, sprinkle it on my snowman so we get that snowy, crusty snowman look. Again, just press it in. Don't worry that it's like, well, it doesn't really look like a snowman anymore. It will. When we get in with the glitter, it's gonna help to shape and define your snowman. And there we go. Again, pressing in the pieces into the glue so that they're not falling off. Any loose ones, like, again, I still have leftover gravel that I could use elsewhere. Press, press, press. Shake the extra off. Okay, I see like just a few that I'm gonna grab with my hand this time because there's so few. But I definitely see like a spot where one fell off and I'm like, I really would like a rock there, so I'm gonna put one there. And I'm gonna use a small rock here. And I feel like I could put a small rock there. Okay, still have leftover gravel. So you don't need that much unless you make a ginormous hill. So I'm gonna keep that gravel aside just in case I need it. Now we're gonna bring in our glitter. So make sure you have that little container of glitter. I can't remember if I gave you a bigger container or a smaller one, doesn't really matter. In fact, I'm gonna shake this just to mix the white and silver a little bit. And then I'm gonna open it and I'm gonna sprinkle it over my snowman and my ground. And again, I should have extra glitter from doing this. I shouldn't use it all up. So what I'm gonna do is the same thing as before. That glitter is gonna stick, but then wherever it doesn't stick, I can totally collect it. So I'm gonna put my painting over here, my painting mosaic, take everything off my paper towel, lift my lid, and collect the glitter. You know the drill. If you've done programs with me, you know I like to salvage as much of my supplies as possible. So I am shaking the extra glitter back into the cup, even though there's not a ton. That's okay. All right, you do that. Get your glitter on your gravel, and I'll see you back here in a few moments to move on to the next step. Have fun. Welcome back. Now, at this time, we can start really having fun with the mosaics. So you have that bag of mosaics, so have that nearby. I'm going to fill in my 2 trees. I have not forgotten about my snowman. I'm going to be going back into him and thinking about adding Mardi Gras beads or adding mosaics. We'll just see where it goes because I don't really plan it all out in advance. I have a relative sense of where I'm going to go with a project, but then I need to think about it and sort of take a little detour if necessary while I'm working. I like to let the creative process lead me as I work. I don't want to be, cookie cutter in terms of how this project turns out. I'm going to put a little glue on the tree trunks. And you know what else? I'm going to put a little glue in the hat because I have a feeling I'm going to be doing something with that. Got a couple ideas, but we'll see. And I think I want to put a little bit of mosaic or even just glitter in this sun up here. So I'm going to make sure I fill that up. So I still have plenty of glue. So I'm going to leave that for now. And let's think about this. Let's get some mosaics out so we can see what we have to choose from. I think that's a good thing to do. And you might want to do this in advance. I'm going to do this on the fly to see what I have to work with. Oh boy, got a lot of good stuff to work with here. And I'm thinking right away, I would love to take some of these yellow ones and fill in my sun because I just found a whole bunch of yellow ones in my gravel here. Now you could take yellow squares, you could take one of these beautiful shapes, like a golden one. I've done that for a sun before. There's lots of things. That caught my eye right away. And I said to myself, no, I don't want blue. I want to take the yellow and fill in my sun so it has a little bit of a golden yellow. Oh, look, there's a whole bunch of these little crumbles. And that's what they really are. They're like little crumbles within my mosaic bag here. And those crumbles are fun for little shapes like this that you can fill up. And then when we add the glitter, you get that drama with the shape. So I'm going to let those sit and dry in the sun shape. And then I'm going to turn my attention to the snowman and the trees. I think that looks pretty good right there. I'll let that dry. Now let's go to I like the idea of making the hat of the snowman out of some of these square mosaics. I think they're kind of fun for that. And this is where you can have a little fun with that Mardi Gras necklace strand. Now, I'm thinking like that could be a great brim to his hat. And the easy thing about this is all you have to do, take your scissors and snip between the beads and you have yourself a little hat brim for your snowman. That's kind of fun, right? Now let's think about what we could do for the snowman's eyes. I would look in here for some small stones that you might like for snowman eyes. I see a couple. Oh, wait a minute. What do I got here? One, maybe I could do these 2 blue shapes. Let's see. One's a little larger than the other. Oh, here's another one. These are better. So I'm going to get a little bit of glue, put it on the snowman where the eyes would go, like this. Can you see what I'm doing? No, now you can. Little bit of glue. I'm going to put a blue eye here and a blue eye here. Whoops, if it doesn't stick to my hand. There, I got 2 eyes. Now, could I find a carrot nose? Well, this tiny yellow one looks like it could be a carrot nose. Got that kind of triangular shape. I'll put a little glue right there. And I'm just gonna tuck it in there like a little snowman nose. Buttons. This is where gems are a lot of fun. So you can get your little cup of gems out or if they're in with your rocks. I'm picking out 3 that I think are fun, and I'm going to put 1 and 2, just little dots of glue, and a little more in 2 and 3. And I'm going to put the biggest button on the bottom, this purple one, a little big button right there. And then I'm going to put a green one in the middle, if I don't lose it. I think it just fell on the floor or something. Oh, here it is. I got it. Green one in the middle and a red one on top. So you see how all of a sudden I'm getting a little snowman? And I was just thinking, wouldn't it be fun if I took a little more glue right below his head, and out here, and I could make a scarf. And the scarf, I'm thinking, could be made out of Mardi Gras beads again, just because they're fun. And they look kind of festive as a scarf. So I'm just going to, again, cut, press into the glue. So there's my little Mardi Gras necklace as a scarf. So you can use it different ways, as I said. Now, this is what I really love. I love working on these trees because I can have fun sticking all kinds of different stones in my tree. I love this at the top. I can even put a star in there if I wanted. But I want to try to make sure that my trees do feel separated. So I'm going to make sure that the edge of this tree feels distinct next to the other tree, because I don't want it to feel like, oh, it's one singular tree. So I'm going to fill up one, just putting random shapes where I want them to go. Put a red one here. And I'm going to have fun filling this up. So I want you to fill up your trees. I want you to fill up your snowman the way you like. And then I want you to go through the same process of sprinkling glitter over your design. And then when you come back, we'll take a look at what you have, all right? So have fun filling up your trees, doing any designs you want on your snowman. You can even, if you have a black marker, you can also do this, by the way. You can put a little black dot in the snowman's eye with my permanent marker. And that just makes his eyes stand out a little bit more. So you can do that too. So have fun. I'll see you back here in a few minutes with your mosaics done and glitter sprinkled over your sun if you did it, over your snowman and your trees. Shake it off, collect the extra, and then we'll talk about painting. See you soon. Okay, how did you do? Here are my 2 trees with glitter added, as you can see from the sparkle, and my snowman and my little golden sun. Now we're going to finally indulge in that pretty light blue sky paint that I've created for you in advance. Now you're going to need your paintbrush, a water cup, and what you're going to do is just, and I'm just going to be generous here, pour some paint on here and start painting away. Now this is a light blue. I find when I'm painting things on canvas like this, if I don't add white to my paint, it tends to be very streaky and you get a more opaque coverage. So I'm doing this. Now, one thing I didn't mention that we're going to tackle right after this is if you want to get the look of a snow falling splatter among your trees and your snowman, I'm going to show you a technique for achieving that. So I'm just spreading this thick paint that I put on around my moon. You could even take Mardi Gras beads and put them around your, I'm not my moon, my sun, and that would give it a fun bit of detail if you wanted. You don't have to. And I'm just gonna, and sometimes you might get a little bit of paint on your mosaic. You could probably wipe that off with a a clean brush. So if you get a little bit of paint on top of your mosaic, don't panic. It's easily cleaned off. Not when it's dry, but while it's still wet, you have a good chance of cleaning it off. So don't be afraid to do that. I'm gonna go right down to the bottom here where my snow line is. I'm gonna paint between my two trees and even that little tiny triangle area there, because this is sky between the trees. My trees are slightly overlapping, but that was intentional. That's what I wanted. I'm gonna paint around my snowman, his hat, his head, his arms. It's actually gonna bring a little more definition to your snowman by doing this too. So I'm getting in there with the tip of my brush where I need to, and I'm taking some of that extra paint and spreading it over here to the edges of my canvas. So I don't even have to dip my brush right now into my cup because I have so much extra. And I just noticed I got a little bit of paint on my bead. So again, I'm gonna just take a clean brush and just sort of wipe it off and maybe even use my finger a little bit. There, that looks better. And I'm gonna keep using that extra paint I put down to go around my hat. Notice I put a few gems on the top of the hat just to give it a little style, like this. And another thing you might want to do is you might want to paint the sides of your canvas. That's sort of, if you like a finished looking canvas, you can take some of that blue paint and paint the sides. So you go ahead and finish painting your canvas, and then I'll see you back here to finish up the project and show you how to do a little bit of snow splatter for added effect. See you soon. Okay, this is additional, and I didn't include white paint for this, I know. So there's a couple ways you can add some extra fun. If you want to use some of that leftover glitter and you could sprinkle it over the sky, you can get a fun glittery sky, especially when the paint is still wet. Another thing you can do, if you happen to have a little white paint at home, doesn't have to be fancy. You can take your brush, put a little on the tip, and you can splatter a little snow into your picture like that. If you have a nail brush or an old scrub brush, this is another great way to do it. Dip the tip of the bristles in and simply splatter the paint all over the picture so that you get a sort of snow splatter effect, which I really, really like. So I'm doing that on mine, and there you go. You end up with a fun mosaic snowman with fun mosaic trees, and it's a beautiful project. I hope you enjoyed this program today. This is Doris Spenter of Library Arts. I hope I see you again, and in the meantime, stay creative, stay well, and I really do hope to see you soon.